The season finale of Outlander Season 7, Episode 15, masterfully set the stage for an explosive conclusion with the Battle of Monmouth, a pivotal moment in the Revolutionary War. Jamie Fraser, now a brigadier general, was thrust into command, leading his battalion into the thick of combat, while Claire remained at a church hospital, tending to wounded Continental soldiers. But even amidst the chaos, no one could have predicted the storm that would follow. As the clash between the Continental and British forces reached its peak, the unthinkable happened. A group of fleeing British soldiers stumbled upon the church, transforming the sanctuary into a battleground. Amid the deafening sound of gunfire, Claire was caught in the crossfire, struck by a bullet that tore into her abdomen. As blood seeped from her wound, it became terrifyingly clear that her survival was far from guaranteed. Elsewhere, the episode wove a web of tension and intrigue. William Ransom, having been rescued by Lord John and young Ian, returned to camp only to find Jane Pook under arrest for murder. Meanwhile, Brianna and Roger's timelines were on a collision course. Brianna prepared to pass through the stones with her children, determined to reunite her fractured family, while Roger and Buck scrambled to ensure she received his urgent message. Back at the battlefield, Jamie's resolve was tested in unimaginable ways. When a messenger from General Lee demanded Jamie's presence to discuss retreat, a cowardly suggestion given Lee's opposition to George Washington's leadership, Jamie refused. With Claire's life hanging by a thread, nothing else mattered. In an act of defiance, Jamie scrawled, "I resign" on the messenger's back, using Claire's blood as ink before sending him away. Claire, though critically wounded, clung to life with the help of Denzel Hunter, who had arrived just in time. The two worked together, her knowledge of future medicine guiding his hands as he prepared to remove the bullet lodged perilously close to her liver. As the smell of Roquefort cheese, a gift from the Marquis de Lafayette, filled the makeshift hospital, Claire had a sudden realization. The mold could be used to produce penicillin. A glimmer of hope, though faint, emerged in the midst of despair. Meanwhile, William grappled with Fanny Pook's pleas to save her sister Jane, who faced execution for the murder of Captain Harkness. Haunted by a sense of duty, William vowed to find a way, though his plan remained shrouded in uncertainty. The episode's final moments delivered an unforgettable cliffhanger. As Claire lay on the operating table, her strength fading, she whispered to Jamie, "You must promise me to keep going." Jamie, his face etched with anguish, held her hand tightly. But just as Denzel began the surgery, the church doors burst open. A band of British soldiers stormed in, weapons drawn as Jamie reached for his sword. Simultaneously, Brianna and her children raced toward the standing stones, their figures silhouetted against the shimmering light of time travel. Buck had volunteered to follow them, ensuring Roger's message was delivered. But as Brianna placed her hand on the stone, an ominous crack echoed through the air, a sound that seemed to ripple across time itself. The screen faded to black, leaving viewers with a haunting question. Who would survive, and at what cost?